Ladies, hear me. You are supposed to be his help, not his hindrance. If you are the girlfriend, the fiance, or the wife to a man who has company events, and he obviously brings you as his plus one, that is a time for you to network with other wives and for you to be the best representative of him. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bella's Corner, where the truth is delivered with love. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new, welcome. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new uploads or when I go live. And ladies, always remember to keep it classy and never trashy. I'm Femininity Coach Bella. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah. Here we go again with Travis Hunter's fiance. I would really love to not continue to discuss this if she were quiet.
She just sat there and ate your food.
But I always think there are lessons to pull from things like this, especially considering how she got him to propose. Now, I know some of you are like, well, he's a simp. That's why he proposed. He's ignoring the red flags, yada, yada. I get that. But again, I always believe that there are lessons for the ladies to pull so we ourselves don't make the same mistakes. So without wasting too much additional time, let's go ahead and pull up her reply, and we are going to discuss the things that she is saying.
Because I'm tired emotionally and mentally of seeing people try to make me out to be a person that I am not, but with a testimony without a test of faith. So I'm going to start from the very beginning with this my type thing.
I just didn't respond to him. He wasn't my type.
I got permission from Travis to say these things. These are previously things I didn't want online, but I'm going to tell y'all the full story just so y'all know. So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was. That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
And her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message, and he sat there until he was single.
Here's my thing with her opening, all right? Instead of coming out, trying to take accountability for her poor choices and her poor behavior is not good in my opinion. She says she's emotionally drained and she's tired of people making it seem like she's a person that she isn't, but she, again, lacks accountability in terms of actually analyzing the critiques in terms of her behavior toward her man in order to improve herself. As wives and as women who are truly trying to be our most feminine selves and our best and better selves, we accept critiques. I mean, clearly she's watching videos, so why not actually learn lessons rather than playing victim? And then she goes on here talking about how Travis is a cheater. How does that help anything? And how did you know he no longer had a girlfriend? Did he DM you again? But I just think it's inappropriate for her to have come out and not keep it short and sweet. But she's on here trying to, be the cleanup girl, and she's smearing more manure all over the entire situation. This is counterproductive, but let's keep going.
I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single. That's the real reason he sat in my DM. Then the second thing, when I said he wasn't my type, I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated look the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis. So I have never dated the same type physically. I don't care about what people look like or what they can give me. I date people for who they are as a person, how they honor God, and how they treat the people around them. And Travis is all the above. So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I had never dated no one younger than me, and he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is cheaters, but mine isn't. So now.
Hold on, baby girl. We didn't need the attitude. So even though I just called him a cheater, and even though he's now my fiance, my type is not cheaters. So let's say this is true. For one, she just called her fiance a cheater. And for two, that would explain her controlling nature, why he can't hug women, why there are relationship rules that we all suspect and know that she emplaced within the relationship.
No, that's not our only rule. Second rule is we don't hug people of the opposite gender.
And we don't greet people with the opposite gender. Say, for instance, a waiter that's a female. Liana talks to her. But if it's a dude, if it's a male that's a waiter,
he talks to him. That is true. Yeah. But it's only if like they're rude. The fourth rule is we don't be alone with nobody of the opposite gender. Like, I learned this from my pastor a long time ago. My pastor was married, and he always said, even if he had like a girl, stop making that face. If he like would have a female in the church or didn't like, or anything, like needed a prayer or something, he'd pray with the door. He'd pray with the door open, or like he doesn't subject himself to being alone with a female. So we don't subject ourselves to being alone with anybody of the opposite sex. He doesn't be alone with any female in any room unless like the door's open or something, and I vice versa. I don't subject myself to being alone with a male.
Because she doesn't trust him. Because we all know the saying, how you got him is how you'll lose him. So in her head, I have to control every intricate detail, even when he's working, in order to prevent him from cheating on me. In order for him to act right, in order for me to be able to trust him, I have to control him. I told y'all I don't think she's ready to be a wife, especially not an NFL wife, because she can't handle Travis's fame. She can't handle what comes with being with a highly accomplished man who is transitioning into his high earning, high paying, high visibility career. She's extremely unlearned.
Oh, he wasn't my type at first off of those two things, but that didn't discredit the fact that I was attracted to him. That's obviously why I gave him a chance. And then I learned he truly is a phenomenal and wonderful human being, and that's why we're together, and that's why we're still together to this day. So that's that. Okay, the next clip was at the game after they just won like their last game. People thought I was upset with him celebrating with cheerleaders. I don't know where that came from because he never celebrated with cheerleaders.
Lynn, you the best man in football, girl. Get him
I'm
some
so done with all of this.
What did I do?
I saw you talking to those bees over there.
Why would you do that? I was interacting with the fans.
I don't know where that started, but that's not what I said. But what y'all didn't see before the clip, me and him were talking. We had already interacted. I had already said congratulations. I had already kissed him. So the real reason why I was mad is because the security, they didn't want no one to storm the field. So they had 1,000 security people holding everyone back. But the people in the field were like, let the family down. Like, the family can come down. So everyone was going back and forth. I was arguing with the security guard because he wouldn't let no family through. But they let the cheerleaders on the opposing team get through the fences. So when I finally got down to the field, that's why I told Travis, like, he had already seen it. I had already congratulated him. We had already spoke, got on the field. And then I was upset because I had just finished arguing with somebody. And then what y'all don't see after 5-second clip is right after that, I let it go. I was like, you know, like, celebrate. We took pictures. We were with our families. And then we went to his meet and greet, had another wonderful event there. That's all that happened in that. That was literally that. Nothing. It was not deeper than anyone made it out to be.
Too much. All of the details, all of the extra. I get it. She's trying to clear her name. She's trying to do damage control. I feel like her and Travis, they should have created an outline or something. Okay, that's okay to say, but you shouldn't say this. Okay, that's okay, but you shouldn't say that. That's what PR would do. That's what a coach would do, but she doesn't have that. Now, I get it. I'm being critical of her, but Leanna, you can hire me, baby, because you need somebody. You need somebody who's going to tell you the truth, who's going to tell you how to properly behave in situations like this, considering how your soon-to-be husband is in the limelight and your conduct is completely overshadowing what's going on his calendar. And that is not how it should be. So instead of her coming online to, again, accept responsibility and take accountability for her negative actions, she's on here making herself look worse. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. All of this, oh, they didn't let the family in and they let the cheerleaders in. It doesn't matter, baby. As I said in my first video on this Travis Hunter situation, ladies, there is a time and a place. You should have expressed your grievances behind 4 walls and a door, not when he was openly celebrating a huge win and last game as the best player on that field. It doesn't matter if you already congratulated him. It doesn't matter if you already kissed him. Suck it up, buttercup, and express your grievances out of the public eye, because that is what you do as a wife, period.
Next clip, the Adidas pop-up shop this past weekend.
All right.
I just stay here then where everyone
You went to the hotel, you go walk around. Five o'clock, everything's fine. 4:30. Three together.
They can't find Matt. I called him twice.
Here we
People are saying that I'm like, what am I supposed to do, just sit here? That's not what I said. First of all, I said, baby, do you want me to sit here, or do you want me to go with the family, or do you want me to come with you? Because what y'all don't know, again, off of a 7-second clip, is those weren't fans, by the way. He had already finished that part. He had finished meeting with the fans. I was there the entire time, taking pictures, talking to them, everything. The girls that were there, they were the Adidas, they worked for Adidas. So we were taking pictures for social posts. I wasn't annoyed with no fans at all. I'm never annoyed with fans. So that's what that was. And then Travis was getting ready to leave. He had to be at a rehearsal for the Heisman ceremony. So I was asking him, I was like, do you want me just to sit here? Do you want me to go back to the hotel? Like, do you want me to wait for our family? Because his family was in there shopping. Because Adidas let them go pick out stuff in the store. It was like a 4-story Adidas. So they're all doing that. I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, do you guys stay here? Do I come with you? Like, what? And he was like, you can do what you want. Like, you could sit there. You can go shop. You can come to the hotel. You can walk around. That's what he was saying to me. Like I said, the things that I see people make up is truly crazy because it's not what happened.
Again, baby girl, it doesn't matter. He was working, Leanna, and you were distracting him. After every single picture, you're trying to talk to him. You're talking to him while he's taking pictures. And he has to answer you in between each person. He's signed to Adidas, so that means he is working. That's like me calling my husband every 5 minutes, every 30 minutes, every hour while he's away at work. I would become a nuisance. He would become annoyed and again distracted. Leanna, ladies, we have to stop always trying to make everything about us. The wife is not supposed to be the center of a productive man's world. Yes, if he loves you and cares for you, he'll want to move the world for you. He'll want to give the world to you. Make sure you have your wants and needs. But again, his life and his purpose does not and should not revolve around you. And it makes no sense that she's saying those weren't fans when I saw children taking pictures with him. So were the children assigned to Adidas as well? If you knew that he had this obligation, you should have been with the family anyway. Why do you have to be on Travis's hip at every waking moment? Go with his family. He's about to marry you. Go with his mother. Do some shopping with her. Go have fun. Or network. You are supposed to be his help, not his hindrance. Ladies, hear me. If you are the girlfriend, the fiance, or the wife to a man who has company events, and he obviously brings you as his +1, or you're around his colleagues, or whatever the case is, that is a time for you to network with other wives, and for you to be the best representative of him. Believe it or not, you can affect his money for the negative or the positive. You can leave a good or a bad taste in people's mouths, impression in people's minds as the +1, as the woman who he decided to become one flesh with. I was watching a Netflix series. It's discontinued. I can't remember what it's called, but I remember there was a whole scene where there was this doctor who was trying to raise money from millionaire clients or something like that. And there was a fundraiser event. You know, it was a formal event, and his wife was there, and she eventually was able to secure a large donation from one of the wealthiest, or if not the wealthiest man in that room, because of how highly she spoke of her husband, but also due to her demeanor and her decorum and her classiness.
Sorry, I've been on bed rest, so to me it's like New Year's in Paris. There are a few things you should know about the new medical director. One, he is radical. So radical that he turned a failing clinic in Chinatown into one of the most efficient medical units in the city. Two, he won awards for his radical treatment of women with Zika in Guatemala. Three, there's north of $100 million in this room, ripe for the picking. And you know where Dr. Goodwin is? With his patients. a medical director who's more interested in helping the sick than raising money, I'd pony up for that.
Had she not done that, because her husband wasn't around, but has she not been that helper, that helpmate, that supporter, who's to say that he would have received that donation? Now, I get it. It's fiction. It's a story, but it still certainly applies, and that can serve as a lesson, ladies, to understand how you can be the make or break in your husband's advancement in his career. So instead of, again, being a distraction, instead of being a hindrance, be a help. Not asking him questions every 2 seconds in between taking a picture. Girl, make your own decision. You're grown. Or you can say real quick, okay, baby, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm going to go shopping with the family. But you don't have to keep constantly having things to say in between, again, each picture. You're doing too much.
And I just think people are just finding every single little thing and trying to make it something it's not. And then bird brain individuals are just accepting what they see online.
Bird brain. Now you're insulting your husband's fans. Again, they need PR. They need guidance. These are two young people who are clearly very unlearned. And Leanna is constantly putting her foot in her mouth. What I do hope and wish for is for growth and success. But Leanna needs to learn very quickly how to be the proper wife, the proper NFL wife who is in the public, because she is ruining his brand. She really got up here talking about how he's a cheater. She's tarnishing his brand before he even makes it to camp as a rookie. She's already staining his character, staining his name. Somebody help these young people.
Okay, now the last thing, this actual Heisman ceremony. This is making me so mad because anyone who knows me knows I support Travis in every win, everything he does, because I truly, truly love that man. He is perfect in my eyes. When his name was called, I instantly was gonna, if you watch the video, you can see me like, but his mom didn't get up. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't get up, maybe I just sit here. And then y'all said Coach Prime had to tell me to get up. No, he didn't. He said, go get him. Go get your man. Like, and once Travis stood up, but he didn't have to do that because I was gonna do that anyways. As soon as I seen Travis get up, then I thought it was appropriate to stand up, greet him, congratulate him. But then there was a camera right in front of Coach Prime, and I knew they were going to film that moment, and because of how people are online, I was like, I don't want to be in that shot, so I'm going to sit down. So I try to sit down so I'm not in the camera while I'm crying. People are going to be, oh, why is she crying, like, you know, stuff like that. And so I got out of the camera purposefully so they can have their moment. That's all it was. No one told me to stand up. No one had to tell me to celebrate with him. I was just sitting there crying. I wanted to take it in myself too. I was super excited for him, but I wanted the moment to be about him and his family. And that's another thing. People are like, why did he sit next to her? Why was his mom? We had assigned seats. I didn't have a choice. And then the hugging thing. Travis came and hugged me because he just went down the line. I was first in line, then his mom, then Coach Prime. But yeah, everyone is making this crazy narratives in their head. So I just wanted to clear it up. And that is the truth. That's what happens in all those videos. And I will not be addressing this again. I didn't want to address it, but here we are.
There is nothing wrong with Travis hugging her first. There is nothing wrong with him acknowledging his fiance. She's going to become his wife, more than likely. So that's perfectly fine in my opinion. Hugging her first, whatever, that's fine. Now, I'll say this. Coach Prime did have to coach you to get up, baby. Now, of course, crying because you're excited, you're so proud of your man, that's perfectly fine. He's emotional, you're emotional, that's your man. But you did have to be coached by Coach Prime. He did have to tell you to stand up. His mouth did not move. He didn't say, go get your man. He tapped you on the shoulder because you were the only one who was not standing up, baby. But again, this points to how unlearned she is. She needs some coaching. She needs to have a conversation with some women who have husbands who are in the league, because she's young and she clearly just does not know. She's going to have to learn quickly because social media is going to keep eating her up. And here's another thing. There are women who he is going to come in contact with, whether she likes it or not, who are going to try to show him what he's missing, especially with all of the attention that the two of them are receiving in terms of her being disrespectful or rude, seeming not to like him very much, and all of this, what social media is saying, there are going to be women who are going to come around him and come in his bubble who are going to exploit what they deem to be a weakness in their relationship. It's a dog eat dog world, and women are going to be willing to sign up for the quote competition, especially when Travis comes into himself and experiences what it's like to be in the NFL, when he gets the confidence in who he is as the Travis Hunter, his eyes will eventually be opened. And then what? As I've said multiple times, I hope for the best for them. I hope that eventually Leanna truly begins to look in the mirror and take in the critiques rather than being defensive, and begin to improve her behavior toward her husband, toward her fiance, toward Travis. And I really hope she truly works on showing up better for him, because I'm still getting that it's about her and that she's the victim and that everyone else is just being so mean, when really, in my opinion, those tears are just a point of saying my feelings are hurt because I'm being spoken ill of. I'm being critiqued. And that's what's hurting me. That's why my feelings are hurt. But let's grow up. Let's put on our big girl panties, and let's again take accountability for our downfalls, for our inadequacies, for points in our personality and character and relationship that we can improve on. No matter who you're married to, a wife is still going to always need to self-improve, just as he is. There is always going to be a place of improvement. There's always going to be moments where we're, as women, we are going to need to crush that girl ego. And it truly doesn't seem like she's in that place. But that is all I have for you. The truth has been signed, sealed, and delivered by yours truly. If you like the content you see, then please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new uploads or when I go live. And if you know of any women who you think would benefit from this discussion, then please share. And until next time, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.